Hey, I'm Mindy Kinnis. This is the Daily Rage. Tomorrow is FOMC day. It's one of my favorite days to trade, so I'm definitely looking forward to that, especially because the day before usually looks like this. It's a lot of sideways mess, so that is never very fun to attempt to trade. This morning in the Daily Rage Telegram group, people were asking if the FOMC trade can be done on the Russell or the micro Russell. And yes, it can be done on any of the indexes, so I say go with the one that you know the best, pick your favorite, and it also can be done on the micro. So if you want a little less risk in the whole process, do that. But let's take a look at how it works so that you can prepare yourself. Now, I learned this trade from my buddy Hubert Centers, so I am just passing it on to you. So when the announcement happens at 11 a.m. Pacific or 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, it generally has an initial reaction and then a retracement, and then oftentimes, not always, of course, you know how this works, oftentimes it will go in the direction of the initial reaction. So let's take a look on a 2-minute chart. That's the one that I use for this. And let's just say that this was the announcement. And actually, I wouldn't be surprised if it sort of looked like that because a lot of people just tighten up before that. It may not be moving that much. Now, of course, with everything else going on in the world today, who knows? We'll see what happens. But let's say it's, waiting. And then this is the announcement right in here. Okay, so let's call it this first green candle. The 1, 2, 3 of this trade is directions. So first up, so this would be 1. And then you see it shifted, it went down. So this would be 1, 2, and then it starts again in that initial direction. So at 3, if it was going up, you would go long somewhere in here when you saw it start to head back up. So again, it would be, here's the announcement, 1, 2, 3. So initial reaction, pullback or retracement, and then onward. That's when it's going up. Now, it could do the exact opposite. Let me see if I can find a nice little sample of what it might look like in the other way. Okay, let's say it was here. And the initial reaction in this case, down. So that would be 1, and then up, retracement, 1, 2, and then once it started turning around again and going back down, because that was the initial response, you could short it here when you got confirmation, especially on this. Wow, look at that nice fractal. That's beautiful. So it would be, again, 1, 2, 3. So you would be patient. And I actually took a screenshot of one of my conversations with Hubert. This was way last year, and I just wanted to show it to you because it makes me laugh. I texted him. I'm like, can FOMC 1, 2, 3 be all on the same bar, or does it have to be different candles? He goes, usually different bars. I'm like, so patience. He says yes. LOL. So I didn't have a lot of patience back then, and I was literally looking at it all to be this one little thing. Just to be clear too, different people will count this in different ways. So for example, one person might look at, okay, down, up, and then down. So 1, 2, 3. But someone else might see it as down 1, up 2, and then this little down. If they were pretty aggressive, they might short it on that. Now, depending on their own risk level and their stop loss, they may have gotten kicked out here if they had a stop. But overall, if they would have had a wider stop and they stayed in it, they would have ended up being profitable. So there isn't a right or wrong way in terms of number of candles or anything like that. If you're trying to make it like that, you're getting too scientific about it. But that's essentially the gist of it. So there's an initial reaction, either up or down, and then a retracement or a pullback. And then oftentimes it will go in the same direction as the initial response. Now, occasionally it is very, very profitable. And sometimes it doesn't have the momentum to keep going on. If you screw it up, do not worry about it. This thing happens every 6 weeks, so you'll get another chance very, very soon. So good luck tomorrow, and let me know how it goes. I'm Mindy Kinnis. Thanks so much for watching.